What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another movie review. Today we're talking about 1984's Dune. Not Denis Villeneuve's Dune. This is David Lynch's Dune from 1984. And I will say, this movie, and much like Denis Villeneuve's movie, both go off of the book Dune. I believe that's the name of the book, but either way, I know it is a book, and they go off of that. And I think Denis Villeneuve has the technology, but also is in love with the story so much, and I believe he was actually even a fan of this 1984 movie so much that he's just had these ideas in his head for so long that he's like, I need to make this movie, not because I want to, because I physically need to. You know what I mean? Like, he's got that dying thing in his soul that's like, if I don't make these Dune movies, I'm gonna explode. And I thought Dune Part 1 was phenomenal, and that cast was unbelievable, and I'm so excited for March 1st for Dune Part 2, so I figured might as well go back and watch the original Dune. You know, I started it a while ago and never finished it, so I'm glad I actually got around to finishing this movie. But after watching the first movie and knowing where that one ends, and then getting to see some of the stuff that might happen in the second one, but I think Denis Villeneuve will spread this out much more. And you know, he made a fucking meal out of that first movie, and he stopped it right when they like got to the Fremen. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't even see them go into like their sieges and whatever, and I'm so interested in seeing all that. We didn't even see, you know, Timothée Chalamet get the blue eyes yet or anything like that. So in this, it's funny because they kind of combined most of it all into one movie. And then I felt like it kind of ended abruptly, you know, like the only real huge action pieces were like the last 10-15 minutes, and those were interesting, but at the same time I was like, yeah, but I had to wait 2 hours to get here. Like, how many people, maybe in 84 was a little different, but how many people are actually sticking around to this point and then still interested, you know what I mean? Like, there was quite a few things that I was like, oof, that's dated. Or like the choices they made in 84, just like, I'm like, oh, it's so much better that they're all bald instead of ginger. Like, all the bad guys, all the Harkonnens are bald in his universe, and it's so much more intimidating. Like Dave Bautista bald, Stellan Skarsgård bald, Austin Butler bald in the new one. Like, and I find it very interesting that Austin Butler's playing Fade Rafa, and Sting played Fade Rafa in this one, and it was supposed to be Mick Jagger, right? So that's interesting to me. And then the guy that plays the Baron, Stellan Skarsgård in the new one, was played by whoever fat dude in this one with boils all over his face. It was awful. But apparently it was supposed to be Orson Welles. You know, so like that stuff to me is very interesting with this original one. But there was some shots that I was like, damn, that still kind of looks really good. Like some of the shots of the sand, some of the shots of like the worms, because it was like stop motion, or the way they did it, it just looked okay. But the new worms look so much better. The ornithopter, the ship, looks so much better. Duke Leto, Oscar Isaac's character, so much better as a Duke, as like his dad. But I will say the still suits still kind of look pretty damn good for 84. They're like chains that they grip onto the worm and ride the worm. Aren't really like grappling ropes, they're more like jump ropes, but you know, it is what it is. They were using what they had. You could see, like, I think we all had jump ropes like this with the plastic around the string and it's different colors every one. That's pretty much what it looked like to me. But this scene here is clearly on some green screen, and he's acting like he's riding a worm. I'm super excited to see them actually ride the worms in the second movie. We never saw that in the first movie. We only saw a glimpse of somebody doing it in the distance. But actually seeing Timothée Chalamet ride the worm, like, I'm super excited for this. Florence Pugh's like the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, but as far as the actor, I'm sorry, the poor guy that played Paul in Dune 1984, I did enjoy his performance, but I know that actor as Oh Captain, My Captain from How I Met Your Mother, which I really should know his name even after doing this and doing a review. But I didn't want to learn his name because I know him as Oh Captain, My Captain. So that is the captain from How I Met Your Mother, and he plays Paul Atreides, and so he's playing the same character as Timothée Chalamet. And you know, they pretty much, you know, it's eerie how similar they do look. And there's even some lines from the 1984 Dune that you're like, really, like, it's that close, you know what I mean? Like, there's almost like shot for shot, like things that you could take from 1984's Dune, dialogue included, and Denis Villeneuve pretty much just made it better, you know what I mean? Like, it just took it and just made it look better, and just made the actors sound better, you know, like they're having an actual conversation and not just reading lines, you know what I mean? But I was shocked how similar they really are in some senses, but the new one's so much better. So I can't wait to rewatch Dune Part 1. It's been a while since I have. But, you know, if you haven't seen the 1984 Dune and you're a fan of the new one like I am, go back and check it out. It's not like it's totally unworthy of your time. I gave it about 2.5 out of 5 stars, but a 5 out of 10. And if I watched this in 84, it probably would have been a different score, you know what I mean? But because I'm watching it in 2024, what, 40 years later, that's wild, you know. For a 40-year-old movie, I honestly probably should have gave it more score, but, you know, it's just, for today, it's about a 5 out of 10, you know. I didn't hate my time watching it. I'm glad I did watch it. Probably won't watch it again, you know. It's one of those type of things, but it is funny as hell to see Gurney Halleck in the new one is Josh Brolin in the scene where, like, they fight with the shields, and the new one is so good, and the old one, it's like Roblox. They're like, the shield is like a block that goes around them, but the technology in 84 just wasn't there. But Patrick Stewart plays Gurney Halleck in this Dune movie, and he's like a general, right? So Professor X plays a general, and he has hair where, like, I was like, damn, he looks young as hell in this. But 40 years ago, you know, it's crazy that he's playing Professor X still in 2023 or 2022, whenever Multiverse of Madness came out, and he's 40 years older than he was in this movie. Like, that's incredible. Like, I'm 25, you know, like, you know, so I'm not even years old that the movie is old, you know, like, that's incredible. But 5 out of 10, good movie. Leave your score down in the comment section below. Comment below if you have any movie recommendations for me. That would go a long way. I got a ton of things to watch, but I'm always looking for movie recommendations. I just got some comments recently with some good movie recommendations that I added to my list, so those will be coming to the channel soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Click my letterbox down in the description below. Go see my movie reviews over there. And I will see all of you beautiful people in the next video.